What is going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. It is so good to see you here on this fine Tuesday. We got a maintenance window coming up very soon. All right, you know what? I tried to do something different with the music. I just figured I'd change it up, but I don't like it. It sounds awful. So let's see what else we have. We can do something a little bit more upbeat, even though this is the last boring maintenance stream before Land 1.5 gets launched. So yeah, I've been tracking DEC. I've been tracking SPS. I know that there's a lot of chatter in Mav chat about the amount of rental cards being taken off the market. So that is something pretty cool. Oh, you know what? Hang on, guys. 1 second. Let me just remove my screen for a second, and then I promise I will bring it right back. I just have to log in and don't want to get myself into any trouble here. So let's go. All right, sweet. Add that back in, and here we go. So let's look at the rental board. This is what people have been tracking. 923,000 cards, I believe. Somebody had looked at that. All right, the music's a little loud. Let me take it down just a little bit. There we go. So I believe the highest that I had seen right before the town hall yesterday was 980,000. So we're already down to like 923,000. Again, I'm not. The numbers are cool. The numbers are high, but like 50,000 out of like almost 1 million cards is 5%, right? So is that going to make a huge impact? I don't think so, at least not yet. What we were doing yesterday was going through the rental market here in the actual game, and we were looking at, thanks again to Liberty Guy, appreciate you. I actually maxed out my Tarsa, yes, just this morning. So Liberty Guy, if you end up watching this, appreciate you, brother. Okay, so we were looking at card rentals, but more specifically for non-Chaos Legion, right? So I wish I could just exclude Chaos Legion. So if we look at like Untamed, Beta, Alpha, I would very much expect the numbers on these overall to be down significantly. So let's just look at like legendaries. You know what? Let's get oh, it's just summoners right now. Okay, so let's look at legendaries. I mean, there's still like 112 llamas, 122 Yodins. And I know, right? There's still some money to be made here over the next couple of days. You know, why cancel your rentals now when you could do it on Saturday, right? 2 to 3 days beforehand. But damn, crying going for less than a penny. But these are all bronze level cards. So if we were to look at max level, right, for people playing at the highest of levels, obviously the numbers shrink down dramatically. Dude, check that out. Yodin at 50 cents, only 12 of them, only 6 llamas, 7 deep swimmers. I wonder what the rental market for these cards is going to look like, not just with land, but also with Untamed rotating out of Modern. I wonder if people will actually be incentivized to just throw them on land. And then more specifically, let's actually take a look at the gold foil. And then I promise I'm going to jump into the chat. Oh, but you know what? Gold foil is not for rental. Gold foil should be for purchase. So we'll come back to that later. But like even the commons at max, dude, check that out. I mean, only 10 failed summoners. Excuse me. Very, very interesting. I like it. I like it. There's just not much. And so I expect all of this to start coming down more. I'm really just more fascinated by Untamed, because I assume most alpha and beta cards, unless they are dominant, will be heading onto land. Like the benefits are just too high. All right, let's see who's here and who came to hang out. Dice12 is early. Welcome. Bonjour to International Travel Channel. Good to see you here. So Dice says I need to cancel all my rentals. Hopefully rental prices go up. Yeah, I mean, on Chaos Legion stuff, I don't know. I don't think so. What's up? Great to see you providing so much content. What's up, New Age? You know me. I'm just obsessed with the game. So just trying to hang out and chat more about it with you guys, since we got a couple of exciting weeks ahead, I shall say. Do you know how much DEC must be staked for Rooney on land? No, actually, if you put Rooney on land, you don't need to stake any DEC on that plot. It looks like New Age answered you already. Nor need to buy a power core for the land unless you want to use it as a 6th worker. Yep. Eros is here. What's happening? Oh, whoa, Kazrak is here too. All right, you can tell it's exciting times. We're getting a lot of familiar names, but not. But everybody's just pumped, man. I mean, we're literally 7 days away from land 1.5 going live. Now, I want to put a caveat out there. Land is going to be cool and all, but it's just going to be point and click, right? Collect your resources. Everybody's going to freak out about the amount of SPS given out in the first day, and that's really going to be it. From there, it'll start to get a little bit more boring and a little bit more predictable, but hopefully we will get all of those things, for 1.6 starting to roll out. Now, I don't know if we're going to get all of what's been labeled 1.6 out in December, because I put that video out saying, like, can we get 1.6 in December? But it really doesn't sound like there's an official 1.6, right? Which makes me hope in many ways that there's not an official 2.0. And what I mean by that is in the same way that I wanted them to just launch land piecemeal over the summer, I would love for them to do that all the way up and including 2.0. So I know that, there's definitely going to be areas in which we will need to have major overhauls, right? So when they introduce all of the resources, that's going to be a big update. But it'd be cool if you could get the option, right, to start building a building earlier. And maybe you don't have to do it. Maybe there's no incentive to do it, but at least it's there, right? People can start to explore, what their production could potentially be, right, for certain buildings and certain resources and all that. But that seems like it's going to be another multi-year project, or at least year-long project to get to 2.0. Looking at 1.6 specifically, it sounds like the grain automated maker is going to be a huge priority. So my hope is that we can get that out at the very least before the end of the year. Now, I made a video a while back talking about how I want the research title or the prefix titles that you get from research tokens. I want that to be the bigger priority, but I think, having grain easily tradable is going to be more important for folks. And that might actually help to get more plots online, because if you can easily trade the grain, then I think a lot of people will start to put their extra plots to work, and they can just farm grain and sell it on the marketplace for some kind of return. Whereas initially, I think people are going to be very Tetris about it. So it's like, okay, I need X amount of grain, and I need to get this amount of production on my other non-grain plots. So how do I go about mixing and matching all of my things to optimize this? But after that's out, I can understand a lot of people coming in. Also, that could potentially burn a ton of SPS. I mean, we've looked at some of the data already and how much potential DEC it would need. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. But it all depends on how big that pool is, right? And how well that pool is paying out, how much volume it has. So it's really difficult to predict what the returns will be like. But I'm just hopeful that we end up burning through significant amounts of DEC over the next 6 to 8 weeks here. All right, let's see. Gregory Levenfield is in the house. Let's go. Hardy Stonefish, let's go. Dwayne was giving out some plots last night. Oh, nice. Cough, cough. So you want me to give out some plots? Dude, I have 3 plots, and no, I'm not letting him go. I'm not an OG like Dwayne. I mean, Dwayne had like a region or tract or several tracks, but good for Dwayne. Dwayne is an awesome guy. That's all I have to say about that. All right, so Cass, finally brought some fresh money in to get more DEC. Kind of feel stupid about it, but whatever. I'm excited again. Oh man, you know what? It's a game, dude. Like I hope people are not putting in more than more than they can afford to lose. Or if you're putting in money, I really highly recommend you view it as like an entertainment budget that you will never get back. And the bonus or the benefit is that, at some point, if you get bored, you can sell all this stuff, right? So, but that's not guaranteed. So you should go into it with the mindset that you wouldn't get it back. Let's see here. Rift Watchers. Ooh, we are 4 days away. So that, man, is the airdrop going to come in at the same time as land? Oh, there's going to be so much to be excited about next week. All right. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like super thirsty or just dry throat. I kind of hope that they drop this early. I know that's not what the new protocol, but it would be really nice. It would be really nice if they just dropped it a little early. Because let's see, 4 more burns, right? That's all we need. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh man, can you imagine if they drop this Saturday morning, the last Rift Watchers, and then it's like, we're already losing our minds. Everybody's getting excited about Rift Watcher stuff, and then land right after that. Straight from the fire hose. Ooh, decrops. Crop tokens down a little bit. Okay, so this is gonna be fun to watch here. How much SPS do we truly have as liquid? Now we know the Dow is holding how much? Rich list. Let's go to total SPS. Because I think the Dow is staking some, right? So the Dow has 108 million SPS. So right there. Oh, but how much? Let's see, staked SPS. Okay, well, I guess the Dow is not staking that much. Oh, okay. The Dow is staking 2 million SPS. All right. So there's 106 million is what I was trying to get at. So of the circulating supply, right? There's 106 million. So 454, 106 million gets us down to 350. All right. So that's currently liquid. Now let's go back to the SPS rich list. I wish that there was not. I don't want total. I want liquid SPS. Who's holding the most liquid SPS? Let's go to Peak Monsters because I think Peak Monsters has it. Oh, top holders. So not total SPS, but just SPS. All right. So, okay, Dow's got 106. The team wallet, SL Cold. What? This has 100 million? Yo ho ho. All right, so that's 250 million right there. Yo, hold up. I didn't realize. I mean, I knew Splinterlands had a lot, but I thought it was staked. Okay, so there's not. Okay, so do the rough math with me here, right? 350 million after SPS Dow, 250 million after we rule out SL Cold. I mean, there's also Steam Monsters, 10 million, another 4 million here. We'll just round that up to 15. So now we're down to 235. Remove Terra Block, now we're down to 200. Remove Terra Block BSC, now we're down to 190. I don't like that the null is included here. That's a little annoying. So, okay, so we're down to 190, right? You're following me with this. 190. Now we go over to diesel pools. SPS. Let's look at total liquidity. 190. So 31 million there. We'll say we're down to 160. Another 25 million here means that we are down to, was it 135? It's a couple smaller ones. We're down to 130. Yo, okay, so there's 130 million SPS currently liquid. I mean, that's kind of like only 10% of like the true circulating supply. Let's go back down here now. Okay, so if all my math made sense, I guess not quite 10%, but close, because there's a bunch of small ones that we didn't really count. So 130 million SPS. 130 million SPS that's being traded around the marketplace. Okay. So why am I focusing on this? Because obviously we all want some flywheel action, right? We really want that flywheel to kick in and do its thing. But I just don't know how much price action we'll potentially see. Okay, so we got to burn a good amount of DEC first, right? So this thing is multi-pronged, multifaceted. So we're gonna have to burn a lot of that DEC first. You know, that rough number I had, which is probably outdated now, was like 700 million or something. Maybe more of that has been locked up in the Dow. You know what? We're just hanging out here live, right? Should we go down the DEC rabbit hole too? I don't know. What do you guys want to do? All right. Thanks, New Age. Kazakh says, I believe grain to be a dead end. I don't think it will go for much, but who knows? That's an interesting thought. I mean, at the end of the day, people will only get what they need. And I think if the returns don't outweigh the cost of buying grain off the marketplace, I think you'll see a lot of folks start to get their own grain production online. So it may only be worthwhile in the beginning because the SPS returns might be so high. But I agree with you that, grain's going to be, I think to your point, grain is a dead end because it really only has value in 1.5. Once we get into 2.0, grain will have some value because a lot more people will just have a lot more options to go for a bunch of other different things. So grain's going to be redefined at that point, or just, food for workers could be redefined, I'm sure. So I have one plot that is a rare forest. What can I do with it? Make wood? Probably, but not for another year or so. No worries, just funny money from other chains. Ryan 600, let's go. Super excited for boring maintenance. All right, the introduction of land surfing promises to be a groundbreaking event. It's the key to unlocking a new dimension of passive earning potential within SPL universe. Yeah, I mean, land surfing sounds cool, but I think that's like a 2024, like mid 2024 thing at the earliest. They haven't even spec'd it out, guys. I mean, just if you can catch the context clues from like the chat and from like Matt, like they haven't even spec'd out what's that called? All the details that need to go into land surfing, right? And Farpatride even said this. I did that video kind of talking about what was planned for 1.6, and so all of just the ways in which land surfing would need to work, the requirements, none of that has been finalized, which means none of it has been coded yet, or the coding hasn't started. Also, there are many other things on the plate first, right? You got your AMM, or the liquidity pool. You got the prefix titles. You got soulbound workers on land. So there's a bunch of other things that are going to come first. And I wouldn't be surprised if each of those three items that I just talked about take like a month at the minimum, right? For each of those things, because they're not small. They're relatively major. But if we're getting like major land updates once a month, I think that'd be freaking awesome through next year. But there were a couple of other items on that list, and I'm already telling you, I already gave you 3, right? So that's 3 months into the new year, or maybe you can count December. So we're already looking at Q2 for the earliest, literally the earliest that land surfing can come in. So I know you're excited about land surfing, but I really think that's like a second half of 2024 type of thing. So Lapsus says, I also brought in $400 of fiat into the game today, bought 5 plots. We're building a box for 150. Wow, $30 a plot. Nice. All right. Very cool. Well, everybody's getting ready for land. That is awesome. So Supreme Victory Studios says, I thought it was going to be sooner. Okay, Soulbound should not go on land. Well, see, okay, this is why I'm trying to like level set expectations for people, because it's like if you're going to be coming in and we're talking about like land surfing is coming soon, I can't wait for it. Like I just feel like everybody's going to get super disappointed. Here's the thing. I'm telling you that I don't think land surfing is coming until Q2 at the earliest of next year. So April to June timeframe. If it comes earlier, that's awesome. But from everything that I've seen and everything that they've said, it's not spec'd out yet. And there's a laundry list of other items that were supposed to be 1.5, right? But now are called like 1.6. All these other things need to come in. And I have no idea how long they're going to take. I was just estimating that they're going to take 1 month each, right? And then you kind of have to, like, December's kind of out of the mix because there's a whole holiday, right? Or sorry, not just December, but like the next 2 months. You got the Thanksgiving week holiday, and then there's 2 holidays in December. Like that's almost a month of downtime, right? And well deserved downtime for the team. I want them to enjoy the holidays, celebrate with family and all that. So you take that month essentially out of the mix, and that puts us into 2024 with a laundry list of items of things that need to be done before land surfing. And again, even if land surfing was spec'd out and ready to start, getting coded today, I don't think it takes priority. Not from my opinion, but I just from the team's perspective, I don't think it takes priority over all those other things, right? Soulbound, automated market maker. What were some of the other items on there? Automated market maker, and then of course, prefix titles. But you give a month of coding, month of like dev work, and again, it's not just dev work. It's a lot of it is QA testing as well. So, all right, someone DMing me. What's this? No. Okay, cool. Rift Summoner, what's going on? Good to see you here. So yeah, I just don't want people to think like land surfing is going to come out this year or even like early next year. If it does and I'm wrong, I'll eat my words and I'll be happy just like you. But at this point in time, I don't think so. All right, the pre-sale. Anybody here still planning on buying more packs? It's starting to get interesting. We're getting into the last, not quite week. Oh, system maintenance in about 15 minutes. Last 10 days of the sale. And I do want to see where the leaderboard is at. What are people's predictions for the top 6? What are you going to need in order to be in that top 6? Because it seems like everybody's playing chicken right now. They're waiting for others to make their move before they go in, heavy. Like I can't imagine like anybody else here was just like top 11 or yeah. So seven spots 7 through 11. So there's like 5 more people here that are probably looking at the opportunity to design a summoner and saying like, I've already, bought 4,600 packs. What's another, 401 to get into that. But I'm sure again, this is gonna be a fun game to watch because this is gonna be where most of the moves end up happening. But maybe not everybody's gonna go for it. But you won't just have that. You'll also have the people who are trying to defend their position here in the top 30 from those in the top going for the epic title. So that's gonna be interesting to watch. I don't know when the fireworks start, but it seems 100,000 or 200,000 packs is still quite a bit. Go CBG, about 1,300. You are done. All right. So New Age thinks it's going to be 10K plus for the top 6. Rift Summoner thinks it's going to be 6 or 7.5K. All right. If we go with New Age's numbers, 10K. I mean, all of these guys have to top up here. 5, 5, 3, 13, 16. I mean, there's another 20,000 that would need to top up here just to stay into it. So, you know, that's like 10% of the remaining packs right there. Yeah, so unlike, you know, the Great Burning Event, the jockeying for position doesn't happen earlier. It's all going to come down to fireworks, and the best part is that there's a limited amount of fireworks, right? So there's only 198,000 packs. So at some point, people are going to be looking at this and saying, well, I need to just go in and secure my spot because there's X amount of packs left, and you know, whatever the case is. And Dice is saying, I know a couple of group buys just waiting a little longer. So Dice, if you don't mind sharing, I'd be curious to know, how big are those group buys already? Are we talking thousands of packs? Are we talking tens of thousands of packs? Let's see here. Oh, okay. Alt Design and Legend. New tactics. Oh, the tactics stuff is so fun, guys. You're gonna get a kick out of this. Like I said, I'm way more excited for Rebellion than I am for Land, but I just think it's awesome that we're gonna get Land before we get Rebellion, which is crazy. Enter the War, big battles, the Rebellion. All right, so my goal today, because people keep asking on the town halls, which I am just absolutely flattered by, but people keep asking about the song. I need to reach out to Nate, because it sounds like I did record something a while back, which is a collaboration with someone else. Maybe they didn't like it, but according to Nate yesterday, you know, they have a song for Rift Watchers that wasn't done by me. It was done by Saria. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that other one, but I'm still gonna work on something just for fun, just for you guys. Let's see here, Rift Watchers. Yeah, I think. Okay, actually, now I'm curious. Let's go back and talk Rift Watchers for a second, because we are now okay, not quite at 50% burned, but we've gotten significantly closer. Wow, the Dow's sitting on 150,000 packs. That's a lot. I mean, by the time it's all said and done, oh no, I guess not that much more. It's another 40? No, it'd be another 45,000 packs. I mean, yeah, the Dow's gonna be sitting on like 200,000 packs. That's a lot. That's a lot of packs to be sitting on. Considering that there's only like a million, like we have only a million open, that's 20% that we're gonna inflate the supply by 20% if those packs, or I shouldn't say if, but most likely when those packs hit the marketplace. So we all know what 20% inflation does. No bueno. But here's the thing. If there's players that are going to soak it up, it makes sense. So if we do go massive bull run, 2024, 2025, then it would make sense for the DAO to do something with it. But I would want the DAO to get some value. I don't know how, but because most likely they're going to use for like promotional giveaways and all that. But it'd be cool if the DAO could like stuff its coffers a little bit more with people who want to buy packs that are no longer on the shelves. Well, actually, also we may get these kind of burn events that happen. So I guess that could be benefit for the DAO if we have like another. Can you imagine if we had another great burning with DEC next year? Holy moly! And the only way to get DEC would be to burn SPS. Dude, okay, hold on. I can't get over the fact that there's 130 million SPS. Liquid. So we were gonna go down the DEC rabbit hole, right? If you guys don't mind indulging me for a bit. So was it 4.6? Man, we just cannot seem to get below 4.6 and stay there. People just keep burning these reward cards. Also, if you saw that video yesterday, I got Gladius packs with like a gold foil epic. That thing is 10,000 DEC if I burn it. That's $10 right there. That's kind of significant. Like, I don't know that bots are necessarily like farming the system for gladiator cards, but I don't know, maybe. All right, so let's go to rich list and we're going to look at DEC now. Okay. So, 4.6 billion. I'm just going to round this up. SPS DAO. So we'll say 800 million here, roughly. Oh, the Steam Monsters account keeps going down, down, down. So they must be selling into this pressure here, or the spikes. But either way, all right. So 4.6. Now we're down to 3.8 billion. So see, I don't even want to count the team stuff. All right, let's just go over to the liquidity pools. We'll look at DEC. So what are we at? 3.8 billion. So here's another 300 million or 377, 313. Okay, we'll just and with this we'll round this up to 700. So now we're down to 3.1. I mean, unless a lot of this ends up getting used on land, which it could, right? But then all of a sudden these LPs are going to look real juicy with that APR. Hold on, before we go into maintenance. Ah, shoot. Okay. Actually, you know what? That's fine. Then we can just stick here. All right. So DEC SPS. Yeah, I mean, so like 15 and 20%. I mean, you know, those aren't like terribly awesome. But they're, you know, there's nothing to sniff at either. And if people start pulling out significant amounts of liquidity from the SPS DEC and then DEC swap.hive, these are going to start to float up a little bit. But you know what's interesting is like I actually think even if these popped up to like 20, you know, above 20%, they may not get filled back up. So that 700 million that we're looking at, we should include that. Okay, so fine. We're at 3.8 billion. That's like 50% utilization of land. We're not anywhere close to that. 3 billion would be about 40% utilization. But the one thing that we really can't account for is how impatient people are going to be. How many people are going to burn DEC for grain and for time crystals early on? I don't know. I'd like to think it's high. But I think everybody also knows that, land 2.0 is very far away. So therefore, there's no need to rush after the initial phase of SPS. All right, so Aaron Kennedy, what's going on? State of Survival, taking a poll. How much has everyone here spent in the game? I'm at about 10-ish K. I'd be curious to know that too. We'll see if anybody wants to answer. All right, so Dice, not sure, haven't kept up, been avoiding the pre-sale, trying not to FOMO. Okay, fair enough. Man, I'm trying not to FOMO either, but I gotta say, playing with some of the Rebellion cards was awesome. I mean, I was talking to Darkest Night about yesterday. I'm just like, all right, you got to keep me honest. I don't want to FOMO into packs, but I really want some. So I really want some of the cards. They're just going to be such game changers, in my opinion, that I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah. So, a thought that has crossed my mind is how much flipping of packs is going to be happening early on. What kind of opportunities are going to be to flip packs on day one, right? With the pre-sale and all that. I don't know. But here's the thing. As time goes on, there won't be as much of an incentive to flip packs, right? Because just like you can buy some from the marketplace and it's not going to get you ongoing benefits for the conflicts. But I remain somewhat optimistic, call me even foolishly optimistic, that if the team can, with all these new levers that they're pulling for Rebellion, if they can keep the pack value, right? The cards, the cards within the packs, if they can keep that value relatively high, you don't even need chase cards. It's just like if some of these summoners or some of these, legendary cards or whatever are going for a decent amount, and the expected value of the packs is higher than $4 or whatever's going on in the secondary market, or actually really the $4, right? That could be enough to start locking up more and more DEC. Now, here's the thing. We still need to get to 3 million packs. That's kind of my target goal over the course of a year. And we're very far from that now, right? If the pre-sale does sell out, what's interesting is, we're not quite 25% of the way there, or not quite 20% of the way there, but we'd be getting relatively close. And I would imagine if it's sold out, we'll see how things shake out with 500,000 packs being opened in, well, maybe not even open, but 500,000 packs just in total, or however many packs I'm getting open. Okay, hold on. I distracted myself. Had a squirrel moment in my own brain. 500,000 divided by 3,400, we'll call it. Like that's 147 maxed decks that can produce, right? 500,000 packs can produce, roughly we'll say like 150 maxed decks. So how many people do we have playing in Modern Diamond and Champion that will immediately be going for that? And here's the thing, early on, you may not even need all the cards, right? You may not need a full collection. I know there's collectors out there who will want a full collection over time, but I really think that people are just going to be sniping the top cards and then dominating those first couple of weeks in Modern with those cards. And once those top cards start to get, dried up on the marketplace, both for sale and for rental, I don't know. I mean, that could lead to more pack sales, right? So, if we look at the numbers here, and 3 million is what I got to if we were looking at like Rift Watchers, but even still, like there's more than enough Rift Watchers to go around right now with the current demand. I don't know that that's going to be the necessary case with Rebellion. I think Rebellion is going to be much more desirable. But was it 3 million divided by 3,400? Like that's going to be almost, yeah. You know what? 3 million is like 882 maxed decks out there. That might be a little much. I don't think we have 800 people playing in Diamond. But considering that you got a lot of players, you know, on the long tail playing down in gold, silver, maybe even bronze, I think it's still doable. All right, so probably close to 10K as well, says Aaron Kennedy. Mayhem, what's going on? Play a Bull Games hits new highs. Nice, good for them. Market is going up, and I'm not interested in buying packs as well. The price of a new packs won't pass $5 until it's all sold out, says Brian. Yeah. I mean, market's going up. I mean, I want to buy packs again. This has nothing to do. It's funny because it's like I've really tried to separate. I think I've done a good job separating out, like, you know, investment from fun. Like I just want packs because I want to play with these cards. Some of them look super fun. But yeah, the market, you know, market's going to have an impact because some people are going to make out like bandits. I mean, I don't know whoever was holding Solana here, but Solana essentially did it 2x. I wonder how many people would be taking some of that profit into Splinterlands. But, you know, as Bitcoin, ETH, maybe some other smaller coins start to moon, yeah. So I've probably spent more than I thought. I was really thinking that I would have spent around 10 to 15K, but then I remembered that I bought 1,900 chaos packs from the store too. Oof, that's a lot. I hope you got value out of those. Mondroid's in the house. What's going on, Mondroid? All right, so Dai says, once the summoners dry up, I expect packs to sell real good for a quick minute. Yeah, the summoners, the summoners are going to be the most desirable thing for me, I think. There's like the tactics are going to be cool. And you know, they talk about like dual element stuff. So all of that is going to be just awesome. It's going to be a summoner heavy set. And so I have a ton of units or a ton of monsters already. I don't need more of them, but I think to like add that delicious flavor to the game, it would be awesome to have it would be quite awesome to have, you know, the summoners that are coming out. So yeah, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Unknown, I did buy 3 or 5K chaos packs before, but didn't participate this rebellion thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting out rebellion as well as of now, so I haven't FOMO'd myself into it quite yet, but we'll see if that changes. All right, so Aaron Kennedy, I went too hard on CL, but I have a healthy spread on land, Rift Watcher, reward cards, SPS, so hopefully long play works out. Yeah, good night, Rift Summoner. My hope is that SPS mooning is going to fix everything, right? So that's probably my biggest play within the game. And so, you know, we were just sitting here talking about the amount of DEC that would need to be burned. I think there's still a lot of DEC that needs to get burned. Oh, but you know what we didn't account for? Hold up. Another 200,000 packs times 2,000 DEC times 2,000 DEC is 400 million. Okay, so let's go back to this. Let's go back to the DEC calculations that we were doing. We were at 3.8 million. We reduce another 400 million, assuming that the pre-sale sells out. So now we're sitting at 3.4 billion DEC. Which is getting us closer to 40% land utilization. Once again, I don't know how much time crystals are going to burn. I think I did a video like estimating maybe we get like 100 million DEC burn from that, but I don't even like, that was just pure speculation. So I don't even want to count that into the actual. Okay, but let's extend this out now over the course of the lifetime of the sale. Let's get very conservative. Let's say Matt's goal of 1.5 million packs to sell out over the next year. So in addition to, so we're at 3.4, right? That's assuming the sale sells out, or the pre-sale sells out. Then over the course of the next year, you got 1 million packs times 2,000 DEC per pack, roughly. So that's 2 billion DEC. Okay, so now we're in business. Okay, 2 billion DEC. That puts us from 3.4 down to about 1.4, right? We can just round up to 1.5 just because a lot of those might be reward packs or whatever the case is. So now we're in a position where 1.5 billion is equal to 20% utilization on land. And that does not account for the 700 million plus that is already in liquidity pools. So you see where I'm going here, right? The combination of land and rebellion over the course of the next year definitely make things interesting. So once again, let's just go. We're at 1.5 billion, right? Let's try to keep it honest. 1.4 billion. Assume that 700 million for what's that called? 700 million for liquidity pools, it stays intact. So now we're looking at only 700 million available, which is 10% utilization. So let's get up to 20% utilization, right? So sorry, I don't know if you guys are following me or not, but I'm just going off on my own track here. So 700 million, which means that we would need to burn enough SPS to create 800 million DEC over the course of the year, right? But in order to get 20% utilization on land, which I think is actually quite low. I mean, my estimate is, between 25 to 40, hopefully higher, but I think 20% is almost guaranteed at this point. I know I'm going to end up like someone's going to clip this in like a week when we're at 5% utilization, but it doesn't matter. 20%. So 800 million DEC at PEG, right? So times 0.001. So it's $800,000 worth of SPS that would need to be burned. SPS is 0.014. That's 57 million SPS. $57 million SPS. Now, okay, that seems like a lot, right? And it is, considering that the liquid available right now is at 130 million. So we're almost like halfway there of liquid that we would need to burn. But keep in mind that we're minting like, almost like 1 million SPS per day. And so over the course of a year, we'd probably add another 300 million SPS. Oh my gosh, that sucks. So once again, what am I trying to get at here? I'll give you the bearish take. Looking at this over the life of the sale and looking at very low land utilization, we're talking about the fact that nobody needs to go out and buy SPS, right? So therefore, there's no impact on the price, no upward momentum, no upward buy pressure. It would just be people who are receiving it already for free from playing the game, from staking assets or staking SPS, from holding nodes, from providing liquidity rewards. They'll just end up burning it. So worst case scenario, 20% land utilization, 1.5 million packs sold, and no new players coming in. I can actually see us in a year sadly looking at an SPS price of 1.4 cents. Again, this is a very grand oversimplification, but and it doesn't include all the other cool things that they might add over the course of a year. But I'm just trying to say, like, fighting SPS inflation is just awful, right? The amount that's just getting printed still is just absolutely atrocious. And worst case scenario, we're sitting here in a year excited about new things in the game, but the asset prices are not going up. Now, maybe we get to 40% utilization. You can bump that number up from 57 million SPS up to 60, or as I would say like 120 million. Once again, if we're minting 300 million SPS over the course of a year, yuck. It's a net positive 180 million inflation still, with no need to buy at all. In fact, we'll probably see more get sold because there'll be 180 million extra. So we need to find a way to turn these sinks off, in my opinion, because I think it would be great if it'd be great if you force people to sell or burn some of their stack, right? Because then people are gonna look at it and be like, I don't want to burn my stack. I think I'll just go out and buy it on the marketplace and burn it. All right, let me hop back into the chat here because I kind of just went on my own mental tangent. All right, Source Summoner, I went hard on buying cards on the marketplace and waiting for the bottom. Very cool. All right, so After Sound, if they deliver land on the 14th and Rebellion on December 5th, will you guys sitting out support the game more or no? What do you mean by that? Support the game? Bro, I'm streaming like every day at this point. Is that not supporting the game? Is that not enough for you? Are you not entertained? What do you want me to do? Throw more money at this project? No, man. We're getting back into bull run mode, and I need to get back to my Bitcoin maxiness. So I don't know if you're talking about financial support, but I wouldn't view it that way. If the game ends up being fun and I have some extra funds that I do want to spend on entertainment, then yeah, I'll buy some cards. But I like buying packs to speculate on like the value going up or the cards being valuable. It's just a game I'm not going to play anymore. So I'll buy cards to play, but you know, that's about it. So a lot of guys said you want to see them deliver before investing more. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't read your other comment here. I'm invested enough. I'll just put it that way. Like I have every interest in wanting to see the game do well, and I don't like I have enough faucets for SPS already, and I'm holding I'm holding a good amount of SPS. We'll just put it that way. So I want to see the game moon, right? But I don't. There's zero need for me to go out and buy more or invest more into the game, if that makes sense. I may buy some cards if they're good and I want to play with them. I may buy some more land if I want to get more involved with the land thing. But like this is where like I've really tried to be very clear with you guys. Like I've separated out like the investment side from the like the gameplay side. So like I can look at my collection and be like, oh man, like I'm down, whatever. But I don't even care about my collection because it's like, yeah, as long as Splinterland servers are running for the next 100 years, if that ends up being the case, I'm not going to sell my collection because I want to play the game, right? I mean, yeah, sure, if we moon and my collection hits 6 figures, then yeah, maybe I'll consider it. But the investment side has been taken care of. I've been trading a lot, and I just don't talk about it here because this is a gaming channel, not an investment channel, right? And most of whatever activity I do is off of Hive, and it's been good. So I'd love to see SPS. I'd love to see SPS do more, but at this point in time, I'm very happy with where I'm at, and as long as things go well, I'll be good. So 4K DEC for packs, not 2K, right? Okay, so Virus, the reason I do 2K is because only half of that goes into the DAO. So the other half goes to the team, which I would assume that they're going to sell back into the marketplace. So that's why I only do 2,000. So SPL needs to lower pack prices. You only get 5 cards and you don't even get any bubble gum. Well, if they gave out a stick of bubble gum with every pack, that'd be pretty awesome. All right, Mondroid. I feel bad for the guys who went hard on CL and lost a lot and are too gun shy to buy Rebellion because it's going to be like Untamed and make us rich. Yeah. Okay. So again, I respect your viewpoint, and I actually hope you're right. I think you might be right, but there's no guarantee, man. there's just no guarantee. I think that they've changed a lot of things, but once again, I've been very clear about this. Cards to me are not an investment. They are fun, and if I feel like collecting them, then maybe. But mostly I just like playing with them. But cards to me are I got burned in the past, right? So call it that. But even still, just from a theoretical perspective, I don't think, or at least I don't view cards as an investment. Cards are an infinitely inflationary asset class. And so you can see even something like Untamed, right? Those are going to take a hit. So, the team will have to continue to find ways in which they can give value to older cards. And I trust the team to find those ways, but they're not perfect. And so am I really going to be investing capital into something that is so speculative and so dependent on Matt figuring it out and not making any mistakes along the way? Absolutely not. Right. So I'm much more of a conservative investor in that perspective, which is why most of my stuff that I've been doing is happening off chain, because I don't even trust Hive, right? Like Hive Engine could go down. It's run by like Aggie, and Cryptomancer. Like this is something that, it could disappear. Like I literally don't even trust Hive as a chain. So holding so much capital on Hive makes me nervous, as opposed to these other more decentralized chains. Carlo 87, what's going on? Carlo, thanks for the Rebellion packs. I now have a couple, thanks to you. So Mantra, Untamed Couch for Crazy Strong, Zaku, Kitty. I agree with that, Jason. Talking Tales about that. I think they need to go up 10 cards per pack. Oh man, that'd be awesome. Rather than lower pack price, give us more cards per pack. I mean, even if they imagine if they gave us 6 cards per pack, I think people would just be happy about that. All right, it's like, oh, okay, now I feel like I'm getting 20% more value and blah blah blah. So maybe we'll see in the future. As long as it's not an infinite money loop, then I still have some trust in it. Yeah. Look, there's going to be, as I've said before, I love the game and I love where they're trying to take this thing, right? Even the scope has kind of been taken down for me. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be opportunities to make money off of it, and I'll do that. But I just, here's the thing. I really don't want this to be like an investment channel. I know I talk about ROI, I talk about all these things, but it's not because I'm like, guys, do this. And I try to be very clear with you. Like, I am doing this, I'm not doing this, right? The DEC play over these past couple of, years at this point has probably been one of the easiest things, right? You can make a trade on it whenever DEC would get low. Now that might be over for the short term. And when I say short term, I mean 12 to 18 months, right? If we really go heavy into the bull run. But I wouldn't be surprised if things blow up, right? We get super crazy and people are just burning SPS for DEC everywhere, especially when SPS reaches a high valuation. And all of a sudden we hit the next bear market and there's another overhang of DEC, at which point it's like, ooh, okay, right? Like investor side is like, all right, let's see, what's the team going to do? Are they going to do another burning event? Are they going to do, land phase 5 or whatever it is? Like, okay, DEC is at 60% of peg. Now's a good time to get in, because it's in the team's best interest to create some kind of catalyst, right? We've seen it several times throughout this year already. In fact, you can go back 12 months. They took the Rooney proceeds last year and bought DEC to try to get it closer to peg. Was that the right move? Maybe not, right? I mean, for them, it doesn't matter, right? Because people are looking, they're like, oh, they're artificially manipulating the market. No, not really. I mean, yeah, you could look at it that way, but the team has every incentive to do that. A year ago, they took those Rooney proceeds and bought because DEC was low, and the team needs to hold DEC, right? So they need to hold DEC to facilitate back-end transactions of credits. So it's like, yeah, if DEC is low, why wouldn't they buy it? Because then, then they know that they're trying to get the value up, and they need to hold it anyway so they could help the game. So they did that a year ago. Then you had land phase 1, right? That came out in March. You had the great burning in June. Now we're probably going to get the next iteration of this with land 1.5, right? Or actually it was Rebellion first that got us close to peg. Land 1.5 is going to be kind of like the 1-2 punch here. And then I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe between now and we'll say like November of 2025, we don't have issues of DEC dropping below 900 splintoshis. Again, that's too bold of a call for me to actually say. It makes me nervous to say it out loud here. I'm not making that as a prediction. I'm just saying that if the market is in an uptrend and we go through another 4-year cycle, that is going to play out through and up until the end of 2025, then, you know, DEC could be looking pretty good until we have too much of it once again. All right. Otherwise, it takes 3,500 packs to max a set, and that's $10,000 every year. Yeah, this is an expensive game to play. So, you know, I mean, I know you feel bad for people that got burned the last time, but I mean, I don't want to get, even if the cards hold their value, right? Which I actually expect Rebellion to do. I'm not spending $10,000 a year on a game, right? That's absolutely insane. Now, if we get to a point, right? So here's the beautiful thing about this, Mondroid. If we get to a point where the rewards I'm making from the game are equivalent to $10,000, right? So me playing in gold, diamond, champion, earning SPS, and all of a sudden the amount of SPS that I'm earning can start to feed itself. So therefore I'm burning that SPS for DEC every year because SPS is at $1, $3, whatever. Again, I'm being obviously somewhat ridiculous here, but that's kind of like my point, right? That would make the most sense because then I wouldn't have to bring new capital in. But because the game would be successful, new players coming into it would be bringing new capital. The EMP Splinterfest thing is what I was referring to. Oh no, Virus, I got you. I know that was that was obvious for me, but maybe not for folks who didn't intend. All right, so Virus, Steve is my barometer for stuff like that. If Steve's into it, I don't trust it. Oh no. You know, I mean, I saw Steve was going heavy into it, and I know like they've like pivoted and stuff. I'd love to ask him about it now, where things are at, but you know, it's again, this is just why like I love DeFi. Don't get me wrong. I'm fascinated by DeFi, but I really try. I know I joke about it all the time, but I'm serious. Like I really try to lead with my Bitcoin maxi-ness before I like jump into things. And I made a lot of mistakes, right? I made a lot of mistakes in the last bull run because I got too fascinated with DeFi, right? And I did really well with projects like Terra Luna before it crashed. I did really well with, you know, some of the other DeFi platforms out there. And I love the idea of decentralized finance. But there's just a lot of stuff that you still can't quite trust out there. And I mean, EMP is not even something that I would have considered, but yeah, hopefully Stever's doing good. All right. So Lawrence, what's going on? Hard to believe After Sound 2. Dude says he's from Chi-Town. I've never seen him eat a deep dish pizza. What? Dude, just go to like, I post it on Instagram and Twitter all the time whenever I go home. When am I going home again? Oh, I need to buy tickets for the holidays. It's getting soon. All right, State of Survival. If you want, I will eat when I'm in Chicago for the holidays. Just remind me, and I will eat a deep dish pizza on stream for you. Okay? I'll even chew it on the microphone just like that. But yeah, I love deep dish. And for anybody from Chicago, I'm curious to know what's your favorite deep dish spot. My family loves going to Lumalnati's, but I grew up on Giordano, so I kind of love them both equally. Yeah. But I am from Chicago, so I'll make you believe it. It must be Lumalnati, says Tails. Tails is another Chicago native as well. Lumalnati's is good. I just, every time I go back, my family just wants to go to Lou's. But it's like, you know, you grow up on something, and then, you know, you like switch to it later. I mean, the crust at Lou's is awesome. Don't get me wrong, they got that butter crust. Delicious. And you know what? I could actually, you know what? State of Survival. I could actually order a pizza for delivery from Lou's here to my apartment in Texas. Yeah, you know, and then just cook it myself. But I like it. I like getting it fresh from the store. YT Sports in the house. Let's go. I know you're making me hungry too. Stop it, because I'm gonna end the stream early. I woke up hungry today. I started lifting after lifting again after Dark Fest, and so and so now it's just like I feel like I'm hungry all the time just because I'm like burning so many more calories of workouts. Seriously, can I order from Europe? You know, okay, I don't know about that. I know you can order in the US and they'll send it to you frozen, right? So they ship it to you frozen. But I don't believe. Actually, I have no idea. Let's see. Does Lou Malnati's deliver internationally or ship internationally? Okay, there's a Google search question already. Let's see what this says. Dude, but the thing is, by the time it makes it there, it's gonna be so it's gonna be so old. I mean, I guess maybe they can. You know, I'm sure they ship some frozen stuff, but I'm just imagining like one small pizza going across the Atlantic Ocean. All right, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for you. I mean, there's a lot of articles here. Oh, okay. No, Lou Malnati's does not offer international shipping as of July 25th, 2023. So I am very sorry about that state of survival. But you know what? You're just gonna have to come here sometime, hang out, and we'll go get a pizza together. Also, maybe it'd probably be blasphemous to have Chicago deep dish style pizza in Europe, right? Because you guys are too close to Italy. Italy wouldn't allow that. Giordano's opened up in your city a couple years ago. BC, if you don't mind me asking, what city are you in, or what city is that? All right, here, you guys want to get hungry? Lou Malnati's. Just gonna show a nice big old picture of a pizza in the background. Yeah, check that out, man. Look at that cheese, the butter crust. Oh, you can't go wrong. Let's see, versus Giordano's. Let's see if there's pictures for this. Lou Malnati's versus Gino's East versus. Wait, I want to see the two side by side. So there's Giordano's. Bro, okay, I'm getting super hungry now. We need to stop this. I was trying to psyop you guys. I'm psyoping myself. Because guess what I don't have today for lunch? Pizza. Gonna go eat some like healthy eggs or something. And it's not gonna look like this at all. But there you go. It looks delicious. It tastes delicious. And yeah. Oh, Des Moines? All right, you're not too far away then. That makes sense. We should, Chicago should be exporting more of its pizza anyway to the world. I'm curious now, not that I'm going to go, but I feel like I heard that there was a deep dish pizza place in my city here in Texas. Deep dish pizza. It's not going to be one of the staples, but oh no, now it's giving me literally every pizza spot. Oh, let me check Yelp. Because you know what? I for Thanksgiving, or the Thanksgiving holiday, which is coming up in a couple weeks, I'll have family coming here. So it'd be interesting to go for deep dish. But they're all coming from Chicago, so it'll be like, what is this? In Houston. Chicago Italian Beef and Pizza is the name of the place here. So there is a spot, but it's only got 3.5 stars. And the pizza in the picture doesn't look like that. I'll tell you that. All right. Enough of this pizza talk. You guys are distracting me. You guys are distracting me from what's really important. That's Land is coming out in a week and a half. Oh, sorry, in a week from now. That's good. Oh, you know what? You can just take one of those lactose, like lactate or something before you eat. Because I had a friend in high school, and we would go every Monday because the it wasn't Lou's, but it was the Giordano's. The Giordano's near me every Monday night had 50% off pizza. And so we would all go, like, I mean, you know, pizza is already relatively cheap compared to like other foods, especially if you split it with folks. And we would go and we would get our fill of Giordano's pizza every Monday because it was just that damn good and that damn cheap. We spent like $5 a person and get half a pizza. So obviously that's not the case anymore, but yeah, I grew up on a lot of pizza, which, you know, has not been good for my health, but for the most part, it's been good for my taste buds. Texas has Portillo's, so you're good. You know, Tails, I've never been as big of a Portillo's fan as others. I do love the cake shake there, just because it's so ridiculous, but I can only have that like once a year. I will open up a pizza store on my plot and build a few SPL B&Bs. Let's go. All right, are you guys done staring at this pizza? Because I think I am. I won't be able to stream the entire time if I keep looking at this deliciousness. All right, what are we talking about now? Because now everything compared to pizza just seems boring and not delicious. I don't know if people saw, but we did wick up to like 970 Splintoshis a little bit earlier today. But I'm sure that was sold into heavily, probably even by the team themselves. We can see that the Steam Monsters account is going down, down, down in terms of the amount of DEC that it's holding. But yeah, I don't know. We might have covered most of this stuff. Oh, well, there's a lot of DEC burning here. I will say this. Let's take one last look at the price impact, just to feel a little bullish. Obviously, I know I'm oversimplifying a lot of this stuff, but if we were to buy 57 million SPS, 5700000. Oh, there's not even enough liquidity for this trade. 200% price impact. So we jumped from 1.4 to like we jumped to like 5 cents SPS. So even with all that, we'd only jump to 5 cent SPS. That would be kind of sad. Wait, no, 1.4, no, 4 cent, 4.2 cents, maybe 4.5. Yeah, so we wouldn't even be at 5 cents. If somebody were to come in and smash buy SPS right now, we wouldn't even jump to like 5 cents. Yeah, swap it. Let's go. Yeah, these pools are. Is the game back online? Anybody know? Okay. What is your Bitcoin prediction for 2024? For 2024, dude, I don't know. I mean, this is not a prediction, but my hope and I guess somewhat expectation, just based on history, is that it'll be a mostly up year. And if we do follow, the last couple of cycles, I wouldn't be surprised if we break all-time high in maybe December of next year. Again, this is assuming like the world doesn't explode, or at least, most of the world doesn't explode. So, yeah. Now, here's the other fun part about this too, right? Like, politically, we have our election in the US in November of next year, like literally a year from now. So, whoever's in power usually likes to make sure the economy looks way better than it is or should be. in order to kind of secure their spot to get reelected. So, we saw another small bank fail in Iowa the other day. If that continues to happen, or if we start to see the recession officially kick in, then I wouldn't be surprised if 2024 brought some aggressive, potentially rate cuts and some added liquidity into the marketplace. And so, if that does happen, 2024 could look like, 2020 in some instances again. And we wouldn't really feel the effect of like a raging bull market probably until 2025. But in terms of like improving the market, yeah, we could be in a much better spot next year. So, BC, can you recommend some cards to get out of Silver League? You know what? I can't, because I don't play in Silver League enough to know what the meta is there. I play in Silver League tournaments, not ranked, but tournaments. Okay, at this point in time, I don't know if the game's back up, but we'll check. The unfortunate reality is that at this point in time, for the next 4 weeks, and this is kind of exciting because it's only 4 weeks, I would say that the main cards that you should be renting are probably going to be the Untamed cards. I don't know what your Chaos or Riftwatcher deck looks like, but to get out of Silver, you might need like one of those cards. If anybody else is playing in Silver and has a better answer, please chime in, because I don't play in Silver, and I'm just guessing at what I would do if I was trying to get out of Silver. If you don't have a maxed water deck, Kelia, and actually even Possibilis too at this point, but with the trifecta, right? Demon Shark, Flying Squid, Deep Lurker, what's that other dude's name? Oh, River Hellendale. Like, if you don't have those, like that's probably going to win you a good majority of games. At least that was the case when I was playing down in Silver. But that meta was also before like all the legendary summoners came into the mix, so I'm not quite sure. So I find that carrying a variety of summoners really helps out in battles. Yeah, I think that's what's going to make Rebellion very desirable, is all the summoners that are coming in. We're going to get 5 extra summoners in there than we normally do. So I have a gold foil, gold level deck, but got dropped to silver when I couldn't play a couple weeks. Now spent 2 full seasons to buy energy and get back to gold. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wish I could help. I like, at this point in time, what I believe has changed in the meta so dramatically, at least from what I've seen in tournaments, is gladiator cards. If you can figure out how to use gladiator cards, you could probably dominate a lot, right? So Korra, Katrelba, Captain Katie, probably the favorites out there. So soulbound summoners, if you have those. But again, I really don't know what the meta in ranked is like. So Virus is asking, have you gone into any of the DAO discussion threads in Discord yet? I started to look last night, but there's a lot of text to cover. No, I haven't. I like peeked at the fact that it exists now, but I haven't spent any time in there, Virus. I don't know. I kind of just trust whatever Clay's doing, and I figure when he gets enough kind of momentum somewhere, we'll see it in a pre-proposal. Let's see, DAO discussion. SPS delegation. Are you talking about something specific? So everything, how much SPS some of these leagues are getting for a multitude of reasons. All right, there's also the DAO discussion thread. So restrict gladiator cards and bronze ranked. Oh, check this out. This is like 12 minutes ago. Oh, Clay's been busy. Oh, I guess no, it's just comments that have been. So ban bots and battle helper from all forms of ranked play once land point 1.5 releases. Oh, there's some good stuff in here. How often should the treasury report be posted? Oh, that's not me. Market maker discussion, unlocking soulbound cards. I mean, I don't know. Like, we don't need to create a proposal for that. The team already says that they're going to do it. Reworking leaderboard prizes. I mean, there's some good discussion here. Oh, should we migrate the pancake LP from V2 to V3? Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think they're going to drop support for V2, but just 30-day vesting period for voting power. Interesting. Okay. Aaron says, I'm currently watching pizza while eating salad. Hey, man, that's the way to go. Just close your eyes and, imagine you're eating pizza instead. All right, seeing a ton of soulbound summoners and silver earth gladiator with sneak and double strike is killing me. Yeah, that's a big one. And actually, what's funny is I was chatting with some of the team members yesterday, and they recognize that like gladiators are dominating, specifically that one, because everybody thinks core is like OP, but it's actually Katrelba that's like doing the most damage, it seems. You know what I had to do before Modern came out? It's just like if I saw somebody playing that sneak attack, I would just I would play the counter to it. So, for example, I didn't have to deal with that snake, but when I was playing down in silver, the one thing I hated most was freaking silver shield assassin, the double strike, and then all those like old beta cards that could just sneak attack. And so I remember I would play in silver with my level 1 miler, right? And I would just stack the back with as many fat monsters as I could. And it was always so satisfying to see like, a level 1 miler beat a deck that just used a sneak ability or sneak strategy, because they would just run out of health, right? They would just keep on thornsing themselves to death. So yeah, I don't know if that's the strategy now. Obviously, it's much more dynamic, and people don't necessarily need to use just Katrelba. They can always throw core into the mix. But yeah. So Virus, the one for unlocking soulbounds was the one I was interested in last night. Clay was suggesting 3 to 4x burn rate to unlock. Ooh. I mean, let's see. I was from 11.5, so a couple days ago I started. I don't think any reasonable to stress out either. It's either 1x to EC sync or 2x. Clay says 3 or 4x collection power is a sweet spot. I actually, okay, this is gonna rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I would not mind an expensive unlock fee. Like I don't view like I know the expectation and what people are used to is earning cards as NFTs, but that's gonna get inflated, or not inflated, but that's just gonna get sold and exploited to hell. So I wouldn't mind, like, in a way, if you wanted to, right? Here's the difference, right? Where we kind of straddle the line with Web3 a little bit. The rewards that you earn in game are cards that you can play with, right? So as you level them up, you can play with them, and they earn you value and all that throughout. But if you want, right? If you want, you can unlock them. It's going to be expensive, and you're only going to do it if you really, really need it, or if the prices are just going for absolutely insane, right? Imagine, if they did like 3x the cost for, well, it doesn't even need to be that insane. Like 3x the cost of a common card, 5 DEC is 1.5 cents, right? We see cards on the market for a penny already. So I actually wouldn't mind a more severe or more restrictive type of fee that's higher. Well, the only way for SPLs to gain value is to bring money in from elsewhere, either crypto or fiat. But things within the same group will slowly decrease in value due to upkeep without new money. Well, so here, okay, Lapsus, you're right. I don't know if this is in response to what I was saying earlier, but like if we all just viewed this as a game, which is where I think Matt's trying to go, right? And again, and Matt kind of like he dips his toe in both worlds, where he wants to be like a game, but he also wants to be like a DeFi platform. If it is a game, imagine how much money people spend on Fortnite, for example, just for the pure entertainment of it, right? Everybody here is obviously still ROI based. You have very few folks that look at this and they're just like, oh man, I just want to be in champ, or I just want to, hit champ one. Darkest Night was one of those, right? Vet V is somebody who attends the streams a lot and like just buys energy because they love playing, right? It's not even about how much am I earning. It's just, I just want to play more games. So let me buy more energy and see what I can get. So if they can provide value through entertainment for a significant portion of the community by building a fun and engaging game that has, multi-facets with, auto battler, with land, with potentially tower defense, then you could build a robust economy that people will pay into it purely for the entertainment and the ability to sell their assets if they needed to. And then you would have folks unlike me, right, who would look at Rebellion, where it's like, oh, Rebellion's coming out. I want to own these cards just because of the fun of it, right? I want to have some cards and play with them and be able to be competitive in Modern. And they wouldn't be thinking about, oh, am I going to be able to flip these? How much are they going to go for? What's going to be the rental APR? Like they would just be literally playing the game. My bot is spamming Go fuck the Chalba, says Yvonne. Yeah, sounds about right. Here's a good question. What happens if the 14th comes and no land? I mean, look, I've said this before. I think the team, the community is probably holding the team on a one strike policy, right? And I was trying to talk about this more last night, where it's just like, Matt, I want to give Matt the benefit of the doubt, right? So, they made the switch in September. So far, he's delivered on all the stuff that he's been saying. He's given us the dates, right, for the Rebellion pre-sale, the Rebellion general sale, and land. So far, he's hit the Rebellion pre-sale, and we've done pretty good. It's helped the game economy. He's got to hit land, and he's got to hit he's got to hit the Rebellion actual launch. If he misses those, again, the salt is just going to be delicious. Everybody's going to look at that and say, all right, well, same old, more promises and no deliveries. Just a pre-sale, and we don't have a game yet, right? So, again, it's not just land. He has to hit the Rebellion launch as well. The only way for it to not be a pyramid model is for it to offer something to players that is worth the investment of time instead of money, meaning entertainment. Okay, so we're on the same page about that. It needs to be entertaining for people to play. And I would say we're not quite there yet. Everybody here is still an ROI boy. All right, again, the Magic, 1 week to go. Indeed. All right, so 2x is already a lot. Maybe 3x with vouchers, down to 2x. Yeah, well, right now for land, it's 2x with half as vouchers. Yeah, I mean, I want more DEC burn than vouchers, but I'll be happy either way. We want people to unlock them. I mean, we don't need people to unlock them, do we? I mean, what would be the point? I mean, sure, if we incentivize people to unlock them, it should be for the right reasons. It should be because those cards are so scarce and so valuable that they want to sell their extras, and that there's a market for them. Are you gonna rent Mylar? Oh, okay. Okay. So I guess, yeah, that's one thing that you could try. Mylar's probably going for pretty cheap now too. Would you prefer to unlock with vouchers? No, it's got to be DEC. You at least need to put the burn fee on there, right? So whatever the burn value is, right, 5 DEC for a common, it needs to be that. Anything less, then all of a sudden you get DEC inflation that we're seeing right now, right? People are burning all the old reward cards and just minting DEC from that. After sound, if you have time after 5 p.m. Central, there's something I'd like to speak with you in private. Yeah, sure. Just hit me up on Discord. We can do a call there. Have you had a chance to look at Holozing yet? So I am delegating HP over, and I'm earning some tokens. I have no idea where's the game development at. Is there a game yet? Because right now I'm just earning tokens, and I think you can see that here. I mean, it's not much. I delegate like 1,000 HP over, which is actually most of what I have. But you know, it's got me some rewards. Let's go ahead and claim some more. Yeah, I mean, APR is still decent. I don't know what else. There's just no game yet though, right? I mean, I want to do a deep dive or deeper dive into the white paper, but you know, I commented on one of the posts from Acid Yo and was like, is there a maxed cap on the is there a max cap on the token? And they said no. And I was like, okay. Seen this story before. I mean, I'll get the token for free and see what happens. But you know, it's hard to beat the infinitely printed token. I mean, even Splinterlands, as mature of a game with a solid player base, is still suffering and struggling with an infinitely printed token, which is DEC, right? Now they changed the monetary policy for DEC a year ago when they turned off, you know, the printer, the algorithmic printer, and changed it to only, you know, burning SPS for DEC. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but David says not only an expensive unlocking, but also a limited time on 1 month, 3 months, whatever. Oh, so you can only unlock it for a short period of time. That could be interesting. I don't think people would like that though. That's not really an NFT. I have approximately 3K in, and I've always considered my investment secondary to my gameplay experience. Oh, there you go. See, so Lawrence is viewing it in a positive way, I'd say. Would like to see high unlock cost. Print rate is already high, plus probably 6 more months. Yeah, there's a ton printed. BC, again, I agree with you. I'd like to see high unlock costs. I think that it should only be unlocked if it's absolutely needed, right? Like, I don't even have a max collection yet. I've maxed out some cards, but I think the point should be for me to max out as many as possible during the time frame that I have. And then when I'm not able to max, then I can go out into the marketplace and either trade the ones that I have extras of, and or, you know, buy the ones that I need. So gathering, if you can unlock them, then they aren't soulbound. Leave them locked. It incentivizes people to play daily to try to get the cards. Well, here's the other thing. I know I put out the video talking about, like, why can't we unlock them from the beginning, like hybrid approach. But I agree with you. Like, for the first couple of months, it should be that way. But you know what I would love? And I think somebody asked Matt during one of the recent town halls. Might have been Icy Flow, because he asked about it from like the card set standpoint. But I would love to see it from a reward card standpoint too, where, you know, take the reward set and just cut it down into fourths, right? Into you know, 25% each. Then just release those cards for 3 to 4 months. Let people stack as many as they can, right? It'll be Rebellion Rewards A. And then after 3 to 4 months, they are unlockable and tradable. And then you move to Rebellion Reward B, right? A, B, C, D. You have, you know, over the course of, we'll say 12 to 15 months. I think that would be perfect. That's the entire time Rebellion's going to be out anyway. So Tail says, it's kind of interesting. I had someone compare Spawns the other day with the Fellowship of Friends cult, with believers doubling down despite past predictions never coming true. I'm not familiar with the Fellowship of Friends cult. Believers doubling down despite past predictions. Yeah, well, you know, it's also an investing strategy, Tails. I mean, if you believe in the... You don't even need to believe in the competence of the team. You would just need to look at it as like, if the game can survive long enough to ride another bull run, then you're just lowering your you're lowering your buy price so that you can get an easier sell price to come away to break even or just come away in the green. Land being delivered would start to debunk that analogy. True. DAO merch, affiliate marketing, sponsors, any other ideas for DAO revenue? I mean, sponsors for what though? Like, why would you sponsor the DAO? Is the DAO doing something like running tournaments without bots? I was born into a cult and I escaped left in 98. Splinterlands is not a cult, says Aaron B. Interesting. Well, I'm glad you made it out, Aaron. All right, so we've been on for an hour and a half. It is 11:30 my time. We've looked at a lot of pictures of pizza. We've talked about pizza quite a bit. So now I want to go have something that has cheese on it. All right, let's see. Let's go back here. I don't think we're going to see any major moves until later on in the week. But actually, you know what? The other thing that I wanted to go check. This is going to be a fun number to track. The amount of rental cards. Now, as rentals start to come down, I have a lot of cards that are just sitting around not doing anything. It's like, what's the point of even trying to rent them for super cheap and pay the DEC listing fee? So there's going to be a battle here where everybody sitting on extra cards that is not going heavy on land is going to try and get some kind of return on them. Token rentals too. Interesting. That was a reply to Tails. Yeah, no, I figured. I miss beating up under-level bots, to be honest, says BC. Yeah, I mean, that ratings inflation was nice, right? It made us all feel like we were better than we actually are. Now modern gives you the true like level of where you're actually competing against mostly other humans and probably some bots and battle helpers that have snuck through. But they're not the low-level bots. Thank you, Lapsus. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, looks like my bot started to run a game already. It missed it so much. All right, let's see. Maybe I can even sneak in here and play something. Silent Summoners, water, or life. I think we're just going to go water. And we're going to go melee heavy team. You know what? I'm going to need to get... I really want to have a maxed Kelia squad, so I need to get my Deep Lurker going. Because Deep Lurker is cheap now, too. But the problem is I need like 100-something of them. To go from level 8 to level 10 is stupidly high. All right, are you going to pick a team for me? Because I'm running out of time here, bot. You're the one that started this game. I really like Musa Celine. It's a fun card. All right, let's see. Oh, I didn't even realize it's Magic Reflect. Dumb. Oh, the battle's already been resolved. Okay, so the bot submitted someone for me. And they won. Great. Oh, wait, no. This is... Hold on, let's go to Wild. And they lost. Wait, what? The battle's already been resolved. Thanks again, Liberty Guy. All right, I don't know what's happening here. That was really strange. Did I just waste an energy? Because there's no battle that happened in the last minute. Dude, the bot is getting beaten up. Oh, I always like to see a +7 Bliss win. Oh, see, look, I'm beating up on underlevel bots here in Wild. I'm going max tech against a level 5 General Sloan. That's not even max for gold. Here's a gold level Thaddeus. Oh, Renan's up there. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll just keep farming some rewards, I suppose. All right. Enjoy your mac and cheese or grilled cheese. I want to see modifiable soulbound cards. What do you mean by that? Ones with base stats that we can craft or train. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Imagine if they were like Pokemon, where you could like level them up over time and give that like choose. There's like an ability tree, and like you can choose to give yours like a specific ability or focus on getting more armor. That's actually a fantastic idea. Sorry, gotta pat myself on the back. That'd be a lot of fun. As an anti-bot measure, I mean, it'd just be fun as a gameplay thing. Yeah, my Xbot went 2-20 last night. Ouch. I mean, so my bots played most of the games this season. What are we, like halfway in? It doesn't even have a 50% win streak. Here's the thing: it doesn't even have a 50% win streak. Yet somehow I went from mid diamond 3 to almost mid diamond 1. So let me just make sure I haven't played any games in. No, I have not played any games in modern because I'm in silver right now and I don't want to keep dropping. All right, y'all. Well, unless there's anything else that we want to take a look at or discuss, I think we talked about proposals. Is there anything happening on like the GLS side? Nope. Well, you know what's exciting? And I know I'm saying this now and I'm just going to end up getting myself disappointed, but the GLS or GLG game launch internally is targeted for Thursday, November 9th. Is that going to happen? At this point, we haven't heard anything, so probably not. We don't even have a post from the team in terms of how many, in terms of like all the details. So my guess is it's not happening. And, here's the thing, right? Like GLG, I guess I do still have a little bit of cynicism when it comes to Aggie, for example, right? And it's not like anything personally against Aggie. It's just with Matt coming in, I wanted to give Matt the benefit of the doubt for, like, all right, he's being much more conservative. He's giving dates, whatever. Aggie is still like super bullish. So when I look at stuff on the GLS side, I think Aggie's still giving like the first possible date out there, right? Pushing people to try and see if we can do the 9th. So it's like, I have zero expectations that it's going to hit in the 9th. I have zero expectations that it's actually going to hit in November. I'd love to be pleasantly surprised. And again, nothing against Aggie, but now we're seeing a different style of approach from Matt, where it's just Aggie's trying to get this thing out as quickly as possible, right? And so, he gave, actually, it wasn't even him that gave the date, but he obviously was talking about it publicly after one of the devs said it. So, at this point, like GLS, like I don't even care about GLS. Like it's funny, and I know a lot of people went heavy on GLS, so I'm sensitive to that. Like I have my, I don't know, it's like 70,000-80,000 GLX tokens, all from the SPS airdrop, and it's like, yeah, you know what, Aggie, you have fun over there. I really genuinely want him to do so amazingly well because I got all my GLX stuff for free, and it's just like, all right, I'm not even going to pay attention. I'm going to half pay attention, right? I'm going to keep like one eye on what's going on over here. And if you can make this thing go to the moon, it's like a bonus, right? It's a bonus on everything that I have. But I know people went heavy on GLS, and that sucks. I'm sorry about that, but that's kind of why like my rule of no longer buying into any pre-sales for any game, not just Splinterlands, but like nothing. I just will not. If there is not a working product already, I will not buy it, because again, that's me being a gamer and wanting to get immediate value for the thing that I'm spending my money on, right? Not an investor. That's me just wanting to have something in my hands to play, right? When I grew up playing video games, I would go to the store and I would spend my X amount of dollars on a game, which I could immediately take home and start playing. Right, so this pre-sale garbage, like I'm just over it. Especially in Web3, because again, it's not just Splinterlands. I mean, everybody is somewhat what's that called? guilty of it. I mean, even token launches are pre-sales in a sense, right? You're speculating on the future of some kind of game that could come in. Look at Holozing, right? We were just talking about that. Again, nothing personally against whatever they're doing in Holozing, but there's not even a game yet. I am not going to buy any tokens. I'm going to take my extra HP and I'm going to earn some of those tokens, and then if it doesn't go anywhere, then I can dump them. But if it goes to zero, I don't lose too much. I guess I would have lost opportunity cost of having that HP myself. But yeah, that's just where I'm at. All right. Good morning. What's up, L4? What's cooking? Pizza. Although it's not actually cooking. Although I'm just hungry because we talked about pizza for too long. Release notes are out. Update release notes are out. Is there anything important there that we need to look at? You know what? You've piqued my curiosity, even though you didn't say anything. So let's see. Release our tech update channel. Patch notes, release notes for 11.7. Oh no, it's opening my default browser, which I never use. This is gonna slow things down. Hang on. Oh, sorry, and I know this is not on stream either, but release notes. We've moved when a team is checked as valid. Dude, stop it. All these pop-ups. This is why I don't use you. I need to change my default browser. All right, now it's frozen. Dude, screw that. Guys, don't ever use the Opera browser. I don't know why I even have it on my computer. But I am doing the opposite of an endorsement for Opera. Don't use it. Just slowing down my entire computer right now. And I sadly don't even know why it's set as my default. I need to change that, but I'm just too lazy. All right, let's see if we can get the release notes here. Perfect. We have moved when a team is checked as valid during team submission process. Okay. The way Swiss formats handle invalid team surrenders has been improved. All right. Setting to apply a default locking of cards has been extended to impact all forms of card minting. Okay. All right. It doesn't look like there's anything major that was done. Adding some additional text to create tournament interface to enforce that prize ranks are valid ranges. Remove the partner link from website footer. Several payment options have been retired. I can't spend any more BAT. You can't spend any more EMP. I wonder if that partnership is over. Gala. I did not realize you could spend Gala here. Oh, who would ever spend Uniswap? All right. Well, seems like a quiet week for releases. It's the quiet before the storm. All right. So unlocking abilities, upgrades through kills or wins will be awesome. Make base card expensive, but can max it. That would be pretty fun. All right. I think the site is up. Thank you. State of Survival, Fellowship of Friends. All right. So Yo GLX was a total win for going heavy early on, as long as you were selling some all along the way. Yeah, I mean, or you could have just sold when it was like 30 cents like me. But I mean, I was earning some and just selling it for 30 cents, and it's gone down literally 99%. So no, wait, more than 99. No, 99%. From 30 cents to 0.003. Yeah. Time to acquire more now, to be honest. Actually, when is the staking period going to be over? That should be coming to an end soon as well. I will check it later. I don't have it open here. Nothing interesting in release notes. Aaron B, you got me excited like there was something going on. Last GLG Town Hall, Aggie was talking about selling Season 2 packs in March. What is the plan for Season 1 card pack value and usage? Well, they're going to give out all the rewards for season 1 over a condensed period of, I guess, like 3 months. Was it December, January, February, and maybe part of March, right? So 3 to 4 months. So if you have cards, you'll be able to earn a ton of money on them. Sorry, I shouldn't say a ton of money. It depends on what the value of GLX is, but you'll be able to earn a ton of GLX in a condensed time period. Oh, soulbound cards. I like the idea soulbound stay soulbound till the set rotates out. As for land usage, would be cool. Those soulbound cards could be used as a mini power core. I'm just imagining burning the soulbound cards for power cores. 3 days left. Okay, thank you, KQ Forever. That is coming to an end soon. So, will we see a slowdown in the sell pressure? Probably not, because people who own validators are still going to sell. It's like, why would you sell now, of all times? I'm going to wait for it to do a... What's a 10x? 3 to... Yeah, to 3 cents. It'd be nice if we made it back up to 3 cents. And come March, they're probably going to do like a... I think was it modern wild format styles? Tails? I think that's what they said in previous town halls. Now the question is, there's like one developer on the team. So is he going to be able to actually make that by March? I don't know. It might end up just being... I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get very bearish on GLG. I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to like the wild and modern kind of promise that we got with Splinterlands, where, you know, modern was supposed to pop up with Chaos Legion launch, but did not actually come into play until like 7 months later, right? Should have launched in December of 2021, didn't come until July of 2022. So I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, they're trying to offer like a modern wild kind of approach, but they don't actually hit it in the time frame if there's so many other things that need to be added in. And they have a very lean team when it comes to GLG. So it could just be a wild format thing where they offer new packs, but then the question becomes, why would people buy the new packs, right? If you already have the older packs. So maybe they do need to hit it. Yeah. Well, pressure's on. Wonder why they never made a full reward card tournament. Oh, that could be fun. But the only reward summoners are like the soulbound ones. What will be the incentive to buy new packs? Oh yeah, I was just saying that. I think we're on the same page. I think there was a roadmap for Holozing with alpha coming early 2024 and full release later in 2024. Yeah, let me take a closer look. I'm so behind on like content and stuff, so there's a bunch of like video ideas that I want to do for even Splinterlands, but I need to get working on some other things, including this Rebellion song that people keep asking for. Let's see, what were some of the other ideas that have popped up? Oh yeah, I want to talk more about vouchers. Yvonne said he's going to give me a voucher every time I make a voucher video. But now that we know the 10 million, I kind of want to dig into that a little bit more. I want to talk a little bit more about the vintage format, some ideas that I have for that. Pack flipping is another topic. Oh, I also don't want the Binance listing right now. I know people are asking for it, but I think this is actually a terrible time. So yeah, when I get a chance, I'll try to make some more videos on that stuff. $23 Kron. What a great time. I remember I wanted to buy one for $500, but I didn't. But I did buy that stupid gold foil O'Shaughnessy for $300. And I even made a video about it that people still keep commenting on today, and we're just like the laughing emojis. So, but it's, you know what's fun though is like, it's stuff like that where I'm just like, oh, I'm glad I kind of documented my journey with Splinterlands all throughout, because I mean, stuff like that's just hilarious now. It's like, okay, yeah, people can go back, we can all laugh about it. You know, it wasn't my life savings. Yes. Did the price of a gold foil lose 90% of its value in that time frame? Absolutely. So that sucks, but at least at least it's worth a laugh now, and whatever ad revenue that video can pull in 2 years later. All right, guys. Well, that's I think that's all I got. So we had a fantastic town hall yesterday. I hope that I was able to entertain you throughout the maintenance period. That is now over, so you can get back to botting your battles. Or for those of you playing in modern, actually playing your battles or using your secret battle helpers. We will have land, though, hopefully in just a little bit more than a week, or a little bit less than a week. So my question for you, now that you got me thinking about this pizza, I think I'm just going to be streaming the entire day Tuesday, right? Because as soon as land goes live, we'll hang out before the maintenance stream, or we'll hang out before the maintenance. We'll start the stream before the maintenance, and then I don't know how long it's going to take me to set up land, but it's going to be so exciting. Now, my guess, I do have not a prediction, but I would not be surprised if, similar to other releases, they have the maintenance window, but then they do it it starts at 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. right? So even the maintenance window will be complete, but it doesn't land in the code doesn't trigger until that time frame. They've done that for other launches in the past. So yeah. $7 Venari Wavesmith was the golden age, man. I remember buying them for $4 a pop. So $7. Yeah, that was a fun time. Geeked Out Basketball, so good to see you. Don't feel bad. I bought 1 BCX of Gold Foil Soul Fiend for $95 back in the day. Yeah, I want to sell that Shams for $30. That's hilarious. All right, looks like I'm late. My guess is ending soon, but hi all. Yeah, Steve, I've been on for 2 hours, but I know, man, you're just waking up over there on the West Coast, right? So, I was actually watching your video this morning, which is kind of the reason that I put out my thoughts on the Clayboyne proposal to make free or not what is it, subsidized DAO proposals for him, because I knew where you guys were getting at, but I think I disagreed fundamentally with where BB Omega was. But I don't think Clay's going to make dumb proposals. It's not in his best interest to. If his proposal pass rate is so piss poor because he just proposes a bunch of different things, he's going to get kicked out so fast. That 51% to kick him out, that's going to be done next month. Right. So it's in his best interest to make sure the proposals that are put forth are actually valid and decent. And I think it gives a lot of incentive for people like myself or anybody else that doesn't want to pay the $100 to just go to him and not have to face the shame of the and the wrath of the whales, right? By posting something on my account and getting downvoted. So it's just all right, give it to him and we go from there. I think buying cheap gold legendaries now will be a good move. I wish you luck, Jason. Oh, question on land. Can we rent cards on the market for clearing land plots? No, not at this point. You must own the cards and you must own the plots. No renting, no delegation. Maybe that'll change in the future. No, been at work, just finished meetings. Okay. Oh, I guess it is 10 o'clock. All right, guys. I'm going to hop off. This was fun as usual. I don't know. We got a week, so maybe I'll State of Survival's here. Maybe I'll order that deep dish pizza. It'll arrive in a week. We'll have deep dish pizza and just have a nice little party here when land launches, and hopefully there's no crazy bugs or other issues when it does go live. Yeah, I agree with that, but also that one I showed with 3 wheels voting no on the proposals looks bad. Fair enough. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. I'll try to come back with more content probably later tonight. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Hopefully we'll have even more stuff to talk about. There's a Rift Watcher airdrop stats that could be given to us at any moment. There might be some GLG stuff just in case, there's something that happens there. Exciting times. All right. Have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time it is. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.